So, when you use your ruler at school, what do you use it for? That's right, you use it to rule off. But have you ever used your ruler for something else? You can use your ruler for many things. You can use your ruler to measure how long something is or how tall something is. Let's have a look at this ruler that's on my computer here. Just like your ruler. So if you don't have your ruler in front of you yet, please pause this video and go and fetch your ruler and press play once you've got your ruler. At the top of your ruler, we've got centimeters, cm, and millimeters. And it's always very important to start measuring something from zero, from naught. Okay, now these tiny little lines here, those are millimeters. So from 0, there's 1 millimeter, 2, 3, 4, and this longer one is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 10 millimeters long. It's not very long, it's about that big. But then why does it say 1, 2, 3? That is because it's counting in the centimeters. So for every 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter. So that's 1 centimeter. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And this one goes up to 12. Your ruler goes up to 30 centimeters long. The bottom part of this ruler counts in inches, which we don't really do here in South Africa. So I want you to focus on the centimeter side and the millimeter side, which is here. So how many millimeters are in 1 centimeter? Remember, if you count these little lines, you get 10 of the little lines before you get to the big long one, which is 1 centimeter. So this is 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters. Not very, very big or very long. What I can also do is use a measuring tape. Now I've put a soft measuring tape along my door. And what I've done is at the top, a little metal piece over, but there's 1, so naught would be at the top, and I've gone all the way down to, what number do you think? To 100. Now if I zoom out and you can see the whole thing, at the top that's 0, and there at the bottom is 100. That is 100 centimeters long. Now, do you think that you are taller or shorter than 100 centimeters? There's the door handle. That's right, you are definitely taller than 100 centimeters. If you haven't measured yourself in a while, I encourage you to ask mom or dad, if you are at home, to help you to measure yourself and see how many centimeters tall you are. We like to do this every so often at school to see how much you're growing. So you are definitely more than 100 centimeters long. We also call 100 centimeters 1 meter. So boys and girls, this is 1 meter. If I take a very big step, that's usually 1 meter as well. Okay, so if we go back and have a look at our ruler again, if this ruler went all the way to 100, the ruler would be 1 meter long. Now what I'd like you to do is you're going to look at your worksheets. And when we use rulers and things to measure, we're talking about length, how long something is. Okay, so you could take anything and measure it. For example, I've got this green pen. I want to go to my measuring tape. Remember, when we measure, we always have to start at 0. And then we can see how long it is. So from 0, and where does it end? It's not quite at the end of 15. At the end of 15 would be there. It's sitting here. So what would that be? It would be 14 and a half. So this would be 14 and a half centimeters. Now, if I didn't start it at 0, say for example, I started it here. Would it still be the same length? Yes, it would, but your counting would be different. So you wouldn't say it is 24 and a half centimeters because I didn't start at 0. You need to start counting from here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So you just need to make sure, or be careful rather, where it has started from. So you need to start by thinking more or less. So here is a 1 meter stick, just like my 1 meter measuring tape. You need to fill the blanks in with more or less. So the length of the rope, there's 0. Is it more or less than 1 meter? The bicycle, more or less than 1 meter. And the height of the calendar. So now we're talking about the height from bottom to top. Is it more or less? So where does the calendar end? At the top there, it ends there. And the meter stick carries on. So you think carefully about that. Then we need to compare rope A and rope B. Rope A is 11 meters. So if you think of 11 of those on top of one another, whoa, that's going to go up and up and up higher than my ceiling. And rope B is 3 meters. So which one is longer? And how much longer? So you need to take the difference between those two measurements. Then we've got a rectangle, side A and side B, and it asks you which is shorter. Then we've got some giraffes, and it asks you some questions about those giraffes. And the same with some buildings. Okay, so please, grade 3s, think carefully. Remember, I've shown you about the meter now. 1 meter is the same as 100 centimeters, just like you saw with my measuring tape. Okay, so think carefully when you are answering those questions. And I encourage you to measure yourself and measure some other objects. Measure your stationery. Use your ruler to measure how long or how tall things are in your home. Enjoy. Bye-bye.